Hi, my name's Sophia Ahmad, and I serve here on the piano faculty at the Des Moines Symphony Academy, and I'm very pleased to be here with Des Moines Symphony Orchestra music director and conductor Joseph Junta, who will tell us a little bit about our upcoming October concerts with Rimsky-Korsakov's Capriccio Espagnol and Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
It's very nice to be here. Thank you, Sophia. I'm fine.
Good, good. Well, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about this program and specifically why you programmed the pieces that you did.
Sure. Well, we have a new acoustical environment in the Civic Center, which is very exciting for us. We have this wonderful high-tech shell that's been designed especially for us and the Civic Center in Greater Des Moines. And the sound is fabulous. A couple of goals that we had: we wanted to be certain on stage that the orchestra could hear from left to right and front to back. We wanted to get more sound out into the audience chamber. We wanted to have a more focused sound, more bass resonance, less top resonance from the flutes and piccolo, and then a better focused sound in the vocal ranges, so that when the symphony's not playing, the shows are in there, that this will accomplish this. And we wanted to add a little bit of reverberation, so we've added about 2 seconds of that with taking the back wall and putting some material up there. So it's been a great success for it, a lot of fun. We're learning to play in it. It's like learning to play in a new hall. And these pieces have been chosen specifically for this purpose of testing. The Beethoven Sixth Symphony, one of the great Beethoven symphonies of all time. The Pastoral was the only programmatic piece that he ever wrote in his life, and it's a wonderful depiction of evocation of nature. Was written. The interesting story about this piece that I love to tell is that the date, December 22nd, 1808, is etched in my memory because it's got to be one of the greatest all-time musical events in all of music history. The Beethoven Fifth, the Beethoven Sixth, the Choral Fantasy were all premiered on that date in the Theater an der Wien, which is about 500 seats in Vienna. And you just imagine, on top of that was the some excerpts from the C major Mass, and Beethoven played his fourth piano concerto. And while the chairs and stands were being moved from one piece to another, Beethoven would improvise.
Oh, wow.
The concert took 4 hours. So you just imagine what kind of, it was like the rock concert of its day, you know.
Right.
But this piece in particular is one of my favorite Beethoven symphonies. It's a wonderful portrayal of opening is sort of as in Beethoven's words, awakening feelings in the countryside, pleasant feelings. It's very elegant and soothing to the ear. Second movement is a beautiful evocation of a brook, a pasture going through a pasture, and you can actually hear the undulating water against the rock, and Beethoven does this in a compound meter, bo-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-da, in 12/8, which is throughout the piece and sounds very water-like. The third movement is a rustic dance. It goes a tocca straight into the fourth movement, which is that wonderful storm movement where you can actually feel and hear the thunder in the strings and the timpani. And then the last movement is a wonderful revelation that the sun is out and all good things are happening. So it's a fabulous piece of music, and I know audiences around the world have enjoyed it for a long time.
It's beautiful. We're so looking forward to it. And another piece that's really going to showcase that shell, the Capriccio Espagnol.
Yes, this is a piece, a virtuoso piece for orchestra. It lasts only about 15 minutes long, but it's one of Rimsky's most popular pieces along with Scheherazade. It's a piece of music that has a lot of flamboyancy based on Spanish dances. There's an Astorina dance in northern Spain that a lot of this music is based on, but the first and third movements are exactly the same. Virtuoso clarinet plays the theme, and the strings play sort of a almost a guitar-like sound, Spanish guitar-like sound. They're both the same, except that the third movement's in a different key. The second movement is a lovely gypsy song, and this has just a beautiful sort of song without words. The fourth movement is my favorite because it has all the cadenzas in it. Virtuoso cadenzas for violin, flute, harp, clarinet, brass section, and lots of percussion, and then it ends with this wonderful, spirited, uplifting, flashy ending, which is really wonderful.
How exciting.
Yeah, it's a great piece. Audiences love it, and it just takes you from point A to point B in about 15 minutes, and people it just pulls you right out of your chairs at the end.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, so looking forward to that. And Elena Urioste is coming to play Glazunov's Violin Concerto.
She is. I heard her last season in concert with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. She played a beautiful, beautiful, elegant work there, and we're bringing her here to play Glazunov. Glazunov is one of those composers that only wrote one violin concerto. His music isn't quite as played as much now as it did maybe 20 or 30 years ago. He's written some beautiful tone poems, a few symphonies, lots of concert waltzes, which aren't done very much anymore. But this is one of his best pieces. It's colorful, it's very exotic, it was written in 1904, and just gives you the twinge of what's to come in the 20th century. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about working with her.
We're so looking forward to these concerts. Thank you very much for taking the time to tell us about them.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.